Radhe Radhe everyone. As you know that I generally try to wear, or I generally try to make videos without spectacles, okay, because I don't have any problem in near vision, okay. I have myopia, okay. So anyway, but since Rahu Ketu are known for creating illusions, so that's why let's wear the spectacles and let's not give any chance that we get lost during this conversation in illusions, because Rahu Ketu actually represents illusions in astrology. Okay, so they are, because see, a very good logic to understand is that there are two illuminating planets. Okay, Moon is considered to be a planet in astrology, okay? So I know it's satellite. I have read that in NCERT book. So relax, calm down, guys. I am just talking about the astrology purpose, okay? Moon is considered to be a planet. So there are two illuminating planets. One is Sun and another one is Moon, okay? And guess who is responsible, to in hiding these illuminating planets whenever, the eclipse occur, the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse? Rahu Ketu. Okay, so since they are capable to even hide these planets during the eclipse, they are able to eclipse these illuminating planets in astrology. So that's why they are they are full of illusions. Particularly during the Rahu Mahadasha, you will face so many illusions that you won't be able to understand that where my life is going. Sometimes you will achieve a lot. You'll be like, oh my god, this is more than what I deserve. But then you'll be like, okay, but where is the mental satisfaction going? So this is all about Rahu and Ketu. I have already made a video about Ketu Mahadasha. Please go and check out that in case you are running through Ketu Mahadasha, because it's a very helpful video, okay? I will be experiencing Ketu Mahadasha soon. So that's why I've researched on that topic and made a video, It's a kind of I just have tried to help you guys through that video, okay, because it has helped me. That study, that research has helped me as well. So Rahu Ketu, do you know the story about Rahu Ketu? Okay, you don't know, you want me to explain? Okay, so I'll just, because I've mostly talked about Rahu Ketu in almost I have explained this mythological story every time. But in case you're new to this channel, in case you have just started watching me, in case you have discovered me on YouTube, because there are so many people and it's very difficult to be discovered, in case you're not running to Rahu Mahadasha. Okay, so so the story goes like this, that the Amrit fell in the Samudra, and there was a Samudra Manthan to get out that nectar, that Amrit, okay. So obviously Vishnu Bhagwan took the Kurma avatar, okay, the tortoise avatar, and helped the mountain, and the Devas on the one side, Nasuras on the other side, and they they churned and that's how the nectar came out from the ocean. So what was happening, that Lord Vishnu afterwards, he loves taking avatar to help the devatas and the human beings, okay. So he took the avatar of Mohini, and Mohini was distributing the nectar, the Amrit, to the devatas, but Rahu Ketu he was not Rahu Ketu back then. That Asura was Swarbhanu, okay. So Swarbhanu thought that they might not get the portion of Amrit, so they somehow came in between, in the line of devatas, and took one small, very small amount of nectar, and they created this illusion. And even Vishnu Bhagwan in his Mohini avatar was not able to, because he was distributing it, but maybe he also wanted that people who are going to take birth, they should have desire. They should have desire that why they are taking birth, and that's why he allowed, because Vishnu Bhagwan is like all knowing, he obviously he knew, and that's why he allowed. He knew that, okay, I will cut the head of Swarbhanu, but let him do whatever he's doing, let him perform his karma, okay. So, and then what happened, and obviously Sun and Moon were the devatas, and they complained about Swarbhanu to Vishnu Bhagwan, and then Vishnu Bhagwan okay. So Lord Vishnu cut off the head of Asur Svarbhanu, and the head became Rahu and the body became Ketu. And obviously the Svarbhanu in the form of Rahu Ketu later on went to Mahadev, and he said that the sun and moon planets, they have complained about me, and that's why my head was cut off by Lord Vishnu, so grant me a boon or something. So Mahadev is Bhole Baba, he granted them a boon that sometimes you will have this power that you will be able to eclipse the sun and moon. Okay, so that's why the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse happen. That's the mythological story. But guess what? What is the role of Rahu Ketu in our life? Okay, why we have Rahu Ketu, and why invisible planets like Rahu Ketu make such a huge difference in our life? Okay, see, Rahu is the reason that why I'm here, why you are here, why everybody's here. Okay, Rahu is our unfulfilled desire from our past life. Okay, so basically we know that desire is the root cause of all suffering. Okay, we know that Gautam Buddha also said it, the last enlightened being on earth, that root cause of all suffering is desire. Okay, so whatever desire we have, like I as a woman, I might be having some desires can get fulfilled during this birth, and in case I die with an unfulfilled desire, then in my next birth I have to take birth to fulfill that desire. So wherever Rahu is placed, it shows that part of your life, you have most desire. In fact, that is that was the last desired thing from your past life, and you must fulfill that. Okay, wherever Ketu is placed, so Ketu obviously also signifies flag, so it shows that this is a thing that I have achieved, this is that thing that I have experienced too much in the past life, that's why I don't want to experience it a lot in this life. So that's why I just have to focus mostly on the Rahu part. So Rahu is our desire, our unfulfilled desire from our past life. So let's see that Rahu in all the houses, how does it do when Rahu is in the first house to Rahu in the 12th house. Okay, so for example, in case you have Rahu in the first house, it shows that you do not have any experience of yourself, you don't know much about yourself. So there could be some possibility that certain decisions you can take in your life which would be completely shocking for you, because you do not have experience of your own self. Okay, because in the last life you may be, since Ketu is in the 7th house, so you have experienced a lot in a relationship. So in this life, you must have heard that whosoever has Ketu in the 7th house, that's not good for marriage. See, it's a very generic rule. We have to see a lot of other planets. We have to see Jupiter, Venus, particularly for relationship. Any commitment, any conclusion on relationship has to be done after taking in consideration these two relationship-oriented planets as well. Okay, so in case Ketu is in the 7th house, it shows that you have experienced. You dedicated yourself, or maybe somebody else was dedicated, so you were kind of fulfilled as far as the 7th house is concerned, which represents partnership, which represents marriage. So you have a lot of experience related to that area, but as far as your own self is concerned, you do not have much idea about your own self. So this birth is about you. Okay, you as a person. So in case Rahu is in the 1st house, make it a choice that you are always your priority. Okay, because you have taken birth to make yourself a priority. And if you do not do that, then maybe in next life also you have to do the same, because that's pretty much your unfulfilled desire from past life. Okay, in case Rahu is in the 2nd house, so it shows that you do not have much connection with your family, and because Dhan Kutum Vani, and so you are lacking money, you are lacking families, comfort, love in the last life, and that's why you are here to experience that. And you are not much about the 8th house activities, which represents the death, longevity, sudden events, in-laws, etc. Okay, so 2nd house about Dhan Kutum Vani, so this birth is all about that. Yeah, so in case Rahu is now in the third house and Ketu is in the ninth house, so it shows that related to higher education, teachings from Guru, you're well experienced, okay? You are not much into higher education, you're not much into teachings from Guru or pilgrimages, because you have done quite that in the last life. This life is about, because where Rahu is placed, Rahu is in the third house of siblings, short distance travel, also your hobbies, your subconscious mind, your the skills that you gain. It's a Gemini energy of the third house, that is marketing and sales. So use that, have as much hobbies as possible, and try to be skilled in that. Try to do something in sales and marketing, because that will help you achieve the goal of Rahu in this life. Okay, in case you have Rahu in the fourth house and Ketu in the 10th house, so Rahu is there in the fourth house, shows that your exposure to your mother, home, comfort, happiness, property was very less, and that's why you took this birth to fulfill all that desires. And Ketu in the 10th house shows that related to profession, related to working under somebody's authority, gaining name and fame in life, you have achieved quite much, and that's why Ketu is there, your flag is there, your expertise lies over there. Okay, your Rahu being in the fourth house shows that you must have kind of a home which is like very lavish, like Rahu types, and because Rahu is also very it explores the quality of the planet it is sitting, of the sign it is sitting into. So if it is there in the fourth house, it shows that you want to, like, a kind of a grand home. Everybody should sit together on a big table. You are there, and like that of a movie, Godfather, in which in the last scene it is shown that that orphan boy, Godfather 1 basically. So he's sitting on the dining table, and he came all the way to America from Italy, and then he was able to build this family from scratch. So it's about home, and they're running their business. I'm obviously not asking you to become a gunda. I'm not asking you to become a gangster. I'm just telling you that that kind of things you want, like big house, big dining table, everybody sitting together having a good time, like that. Obviously it will depend upon the quality of the plan Rahu is sitting with, and the sign that Rahu is sitting with, in the nakshatra Rahu is sitting with. In case Rahu is in the 5th house and Ketu is there in the 11th house. So Rahu is in the 5th house. It shows that you like to experience, you want to have education which makes you feel very proud, because that was the last wish, that was a desire from the last life. And you're related to romance, because see, 5th house is happiness, creativity, and your education, your children, because children are the most creative thing that any human being can do. So you want want to have lots of children, wants to have a lot of educational degrees, or wants to do a lot with your educational degree. Related to love and romance also, your idea is very exotic. You're not like very conventional person. You want to do things in a very unorthodox way, which is very kind of rule breaking, because Rahu is a rule breaker. When it comes to love and romance also, you could be kind of a rule breaker. In case Rahu is in the 6th house and Ketu is in the 12th house, like me, okay, I have Rahu in the 6th house and Ketu in the 12th. So Rahu in the 6th shows that you are surrounded by a lot of people who are very competitive, because 6th house is daily work life. You are, in case Rahu is nicely placed, then you will be able to pay off your debt. In case you get any disease, God forbid, but in case you get any disease, it will be very difficult to diagnose that. So always take 2, 3, 5 opinion as much as you can. You'll be able to pay off your loan in case you have one, and in case Rahu is well placed, because Rahu is kind of an achiever. Rahu wants to experience everything, and Rahu is very much like a fighter. So So when Rahu is in the 6th house of death, disease and litigation, it makes you a fighter. It gives you the quality to win over your enemies, and you're able to win your enemies actually. You're able to win over your enemies actually, in case you're going through a very good Mahadasha. And your Jupiter is also nicely placed, because Jupiter is wisdom, Mercury is intellect. So in case, Rahu is getting support from all these planets as well, then, you can be a winner in any field you go. Rahu in the 6th house particularly does that. Ketu in the 12th shows that you have a lot of experience about spirituality. So that's why the dogmas and the theory of spirituality, which is, generally propagated by other people, might not appeal to you. You like to experience your own spirituality because you already have an idea about spirituality from past life. So your idea about spirituality could be very different from those of the other person. You might be very much spiritual but not very much religious. You might not be somebody who is very much a follower of ritual, etc. But definitely the placement of Rahu in the 6th is a very good placement, particularly in case you have a lot of enemies. It will give you the capability to fight and win over those enemies. The Rahu placed in the 3rd house, 6th house, 10th house, 11th house is considered to be very, very great placement for Rahu. In case Rahu is in the 7th house and Ketu is in the 1st house, shows that regarding your own self, because Ketu is in the 1st house, so it shows that regarding your own self, you know much. Okay, you are already aware about yourself, and this life is about experiencing the world out there. The person opposite to you. Okay, whosoever is opposite to you, the marketplace, your partner. So that's why it is generally, you might have read somewhere that Rahu in the 7th house, there's a possibility that people get cheated in relationship. It is not like that actually. Whosoever has Rahu in the 7th house wants to experience a lot of people, wants to experience relationship in particular. And in case Jupiter is nicely placed, the moral values of the person is nicely placed, the planet which represents that, which is Jupiter, and Venus is also nicely placed, then cheating is not compulsory, that okay, whosoever has Rahu in the 7th, that person is a cheater. No, it's not like that. There is no generic rule like that. It's just that person wants to experience. So that person could experience, through dealing with a lot of people, like to transacting, doing business, doing marketing, sales, communicating with them. So it is not like, you want to deal with some other foreign people, so you want to sleep with everybody. No, it is not like that. Sometimes you just, you do business with them. So you want to interact with your world out there, your way of functioning. You want that you should communicate with foreign people, and you should do that. Rahu is in 7th house, do business, do interact with people of different ethnicity, of different community, of different caste, culture, creed, and mix with them. Understand their culture, transact, do business with them also. If Mercury is also nicely placed, see your Antardasha, Mahadasha, etc. So in case Rahu is in the 8th house and Ketu is in the 2nd house. So first of all, this is a difficult placement, because see, Rahu is a planet which likes a kind of a Taurus kind of environment where it can grow exponentially, where it can achieve its results. 8th house is very much a house which has inherently the qualities of Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio represents a lot of difficulties. Scorpio represents a lot of challenges in life, longevity, death, sudden events, okay, transformation. Rahu is not about that. So it's a tough placement for Rahu being there in the 8th house, but it obviously can give somebody an obsession to learn Tantra, an obsession to learn astrology, an obsession to learn anything which we're not able to see, because 8th house is generally, it also represents sex. The 8th house also represents sex. So it's 8th house is a house which represents a lot of things that we do not see happening in front of our eyes. It goes behind the back. Even porn movies, okay, shooting of porn movies and Tantra, there are a lot of things. So it will depend upon, we cannot make a commitment that, okay, this you can just have an idea that this person might be interested in doing things, in being obsessed about the things which are going on, very secretively, etc. So, but what exactly he would be doing or should be doing, you have to find out that Mahadasha, you have to see Jupiter, you have to see Venus also, and then you can only make a comment. But Rahu in the 8th, definitely this person is obsessed about the hidden things in life, the secret things in life. And Ketu in the 2nd house shows that you like to stay aloof. You are not very much interested into, like I explained, Rahu in the 2nd house, you want to have a big house, want to have dinner on a big table with everybody there, okay? And but Ketu being there, you want to be left alone. You want to be like, okay, I'll be there at the family function when it will be. Just let me know one day in advance. It would be like that. You would like to stay in your own room or in your own research area, doing your tantra, meditation, yoga, whatever is going behind the scene. I'm not going to go more into that. You can just figure out that what all goes behind the scene. There are a lot of good things also goes behind the scene, okay? Because, for example, for meditation, for research, for any kind of discovery also, solitude is required. So it is not like that only bad things happen behind the scenes. So it is not like that, okay? Anyways, now Rahu in the 9th house and Ketu in the 3rd house. So Rahu in the 9th house shows that you have a great passion for great desire from the past life to do higher education, to travel, for pilgrimages, for gurus, to have guru in life, for the learnings that you get from gurus. And also you want to see and experience world, meet with different kind of people, want to travel, because 9th house is traveling. It's going for pilgrimages, learning from a guru. So regarding all these things, you're very much obsessed about that. Ketu being in the 3rd house, it shows that you're not very much keen to bond with your sibling. You may not have a sibling. And also it is about like not having a lot of hobbies, or not having a lot of ideas, not having a lot of interest in sales and marketing, because 3rd house is having the Gemini energy. You are more about 9th house, traveling, pilgrimages, talking to gurus, learning new things, a higher learning, finishing your education and then going for the higher learning, and then becoming a guru as well. You might I think Paramahansa Yogananda, being a Leo ascendant, he had Rahu in the 9th house, Aries. So, okay, now Rahu in the 10th house and Ketu in the 4th. So, now just you can make the opposite. I think SRK has that, being a Leo ascendant. He has Rahu in the 10th house and Ketu in the 4th. So Ketu in the 4th, it shows that regarding the home and mother comfort and homely peace of mind, you already have achieved that. You know what all these things are. You have an expertise in that area. This birth is about, it shows your desire from past life for fame. You want a name, and you want to be at your workplace. You want to work hard. You want to achieve your name. You want to do something for which you want to do a kind of work for which people will remember you for your work. Okay, so the Rahu in the 10th house shows that. In case Rahu is it's a very good placement to have Rahu in the 10th house in this world particularly. Rahu in the 11th house and Ketu in the 5th house shows that one point of life you want networking to grow, and it will grow eventually in case you are going through Rahu Mahadasha, and you will meet different kind of people, different whenever I say different kind of people, like different from your native place, okay? Because 11th house is far from native place, from where you were born in the 1st house, right? Ketu in the 5th shows that regarding children, regarding creativity, regarding studies, and regarding also love, romance, you have quite a bit idea about it. So you may be having a very perfection kind of view related to that. Because for example, if I'm a very suppose if somebody is a very expert in a field, so low grade kind of thing, that might not appeal to that person. For example, Sanjay Leela Bhansali is famous to make movies, grand movies, okay? So a low budget kind of movie might not appeal to him. So I'm just saying like that, because see, 5th house also represents love and romance. So this person because Ketu is in the 5th house, so this related to love and romance, related to children, the person must be having a great perfection kind of story. But because the things are not happening that way, though, that's why the person gets very detached feeling from that area. So this birth actually is about Rahu. It's about 11th house, is about experiencing the network circle, experiencing becoming an entrepreneur, doing something in the large networking circle, because 11th house represents that, doing something with your brother, or because 11th house also brother, and becoming a part of organization or making an organization yourself. In case so Rahu in the 11th house actually is a very good placement, but it's just that 6th and 10th, 11th, these are like the Upachya houses, so you get results after a delay. Okay, so now lastly, Rahu in the 12th house and Ketu in the 6th. So Rahu being in the 12th house shows that you're very much fascinated with spirituality, with jails, asylums, hospitals, and foreign places. So it's a very good placement for foreign settlement in case you're going through Rahu Mahadasha, because see, what will happen, that you will be very fascinated about all these things, about these areas, 12th house related areas. But the thing is that to live in this world, you have to earn, you have to make money, you have to get your bread and butter. So in case you become a doctor in a hospital, then that's fine, but because 12th house also represents hospitals, asylums, and jails, so in case you're able to get jobs at these places, then it's fine. Otherwise, go far from your native place, in any place which is very foreign to you. For example, if I'm born I'm born in north, I go to south, it's like that. And south will be very much different. Like India is a big country, our lovely country. India is a very, very big country, and we South Indians, we are very much unaware, like South Indians are very much unaware about the North Indian customs, and the North Indians are not aware about the South Indians. So it's like complete different territory, so they are like foreign to each other. So geographically, obviously we are one, but custom, as per the custom, rituals, religions, there are so many things, there are so many differences. So it's like Rahu, kind of, you have that flavor. So you can if you're born in north, you can go and shift in Tamil Nadu, you can shift in Bangalore, or even you can move to foreign country as well. So it will give you good results, or you can gain, achieve, or get your jobs in the places that I mentioned earlier. Ketu being in the 6th house obviously shows that you have expertise when it comes to debt, disease, and litigation, like when it comes to dealing with debt, disease, and litigation. So you will not be very much keen to take any loan this in this birth. But in case you have to take a loan because of financial requirements, then you will have an idea how to pay back. You will not be keen. What will happen in case Rahu is in the 6th, then you will be keen to take loan. Like you'll be like, okay, let me take this loan, I'll be able to pay off. Okay, in Ketu, and if Ketu is there in the 6th house, you will try to avoid taking loan. You will only take it when it is mandatory, like or koi chara nahi hai, there is no other way, but you have to take it like that. So if Ketu is there in the 6th house, okay. So this was all about Rahu and Ketu. I'll be covering Rahu in the 1st house, 2nd house. I'll be making a proper videos like I have made for Saturn. Because see, Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Mars, all these planets naturally represents the challenges that we have in our life. And people come to astrology, people start studying astrology, or even people who are not studying astrology, they come to astrologers to understand the challenges, to understand the reasons behind the challenges. Nobody is coming to astrologers to ask that, oh wow, I'm having a fun time in life, why I'm having so. किसी के बड़े मजे चल रहे होंगे, तो nobody will come to the astrologers to ask that, okay, what's there in my kundli that I'm having such a beautiful period in my life. People come to astrologers only when they are facing tough times in life. So Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Mars, generally these represents the malefic planets. They are malefic planets, so they represent the tough times that we face in our life during different intervals, during the Mahadasha, etc. So we should be knowing, we should be having an idea, and we should be having a little bit of understanding that how to handle it. Okay, so this was a brief synopsis of Rahu Ketu in all the 12 houses. Hope it helps. In case it did, and then do let me know in the comment section where is your Rahu Ketu place. In case you want to book a consultation with me, then you can go to my website, you can read my articles, and you can enjoy my articles. And thank you so much for watching once again. Keep chanting Hare Krishna.